Back in 2006, my favorite LeBron shoe ever, just from an aesthetic point of view, the LeBron 4 Graffiti came out in very limited quantities in New York City. Less than 300 pairs were available, and the same year, LeBron wore a player exclusive that caught a lot of people's attention, but was never made available to the public. But just like the LeBron 4 Graffitis in 2023, the public got a chance, the wider public anyway, got a chance to buy that shoe for the first time ever. We're gonna get a chance to get this very special player exclusive. Nike Zoom LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles. Now this shoe is dropping on March 7th for a crazy price of $250 in the United States. Now initially when the 4s first came out in 2006, that came out for a price of $125. Convert that to 2024 money, that's around $191, so yeah, we're paying more for this shoe. Now originally this shoe was supposed to come out in 2022, got delayed a full entire year, but in March, we'll finally get a chance to get this shoe. For a lot of people from my generation, this is one of their grails. Just to see it available now again brings back so many different memories. And if you're wondering why Fruity Pebbles is the cereal of choice for this collaboration or for this shoe, it is because that's LeBron James's favorite cereal. We also saw the Nike Dunk Low Fruity Pebbles pretty recently. I think it was 2022 or early 2023. Now first impressions of the shoe, I think as a concept, as an idea, it was executed very well. You'll see, I'll show you the box later, but from the box, the shoe itself, to how they presented this shoe, just really, really nice execution. But in terms of just the colorway, if I was just judging the shoe by itself, removing the whole story of the shoe, personally, it's a bit too much for me. If it wasn't for like the nostalgia factor, when I was growing up, saw these shoes, they were so cool, just like the LeBron 4 Graffiti. I wouldn't like this shoe as much, just because it's so bold, but I have to take that into account. Definitely have to keep these. And the materials on the shoe, it is actually foam-posite material. So how they make that is they heat up polyurethane to around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Then they pour it into this very expensive mold, which explains why foams are super expensive, as well as this shoe. But they pour it into this mold, and when it cools, forms a very unique shape. And this type of material, it is known to be super durable, and it starts to mold to your feet the more you wear it. So at first, I'll have more to say on sizing and comfort later, but at first, for shoes that's made out of the foam-posite, definitely have some patience and break the shoe in. And I personally really like foam-posite materials. I just think it's so unique. There's nothing else like it on the sneaker market. And what I really love is on the medial side of the shoe, this debossed swoosh. I've always loved that. It looks so nice, so subtle, but you can see it. So cool. And what's slightly different though is on the ankle collar where the strap is. It's got like a glossy finish over it. Don't love that. I can see up close it's already starting to kind of wrinkle a little bit. Just looks very worn very quickly. So that's one nitpick that I have. And then when you open up the straps, you see that Lion LeBron logo. Super cool. And you'll see hints of these like metal chrome parts like on the swoosh at the bottom of the eye stays, as well as the LeBron logo that's in the middle of the strap, and also these eyelets up at the top. Really cool look. Just the construction of this shoe is just so many different details to it. Really unique. And then moving on to the tongue, I know you really can't see it because there's straps, but it is a mesh tongue that's very well ventilated. And where you also see mesh is there's an inner booty on the shoe and you actually see it poking out where the midsole is supposed to be. Inside the tongue, it is branded, so it also features Fruity Pebbles branding as well as LeBron James's logo. His initials plus that crown in the middle and that Fruity Pebble kind of aesthetic. And then now moving on to the booty of the shoe, you'll see these pull tabs that says family size. Now, according to Nike.com, they added it because, and I quote, because breakfast time is when families come together. And sticking to the booty, you'll see all the way down to the outsole, the word believe. This shoe doesn't really use a traditional midsole construction, but the cushioning lies within the drop-in midsole. Look at the cushioning on this thing. A polyurethane insole with full-length Zoom Air cushioning on this insole. So very, very unique. This is branded as well. This one has LeBron James' logo. The other shoe, it has Fruity Pebbles, just like you see on the tongue. Now this shoe also has a very unique rubber outsole. It is majority herringbone traction, and you'll see the flex grooves that actually contain strips of carbon fiber. Actually, I feel like in the modern day version of this shoe, might be plastic. I wouldn't be surprised if they switched it out and made it plastic. Kind of hard to confirm. And this traction, very colorful. Generally with this kind of clear outsole material, I don't find the traction to be that great, especially on gyms that are quite dusty. But if you're in a well-maintained gym, Shouldn't give you any problems. Now there's a few different details to this outsole. If you turn this upside down, you'll see 23 in blue, and you'll also see Zoom branding on the side. And at the top of the toe box, LeBron James' logo again. And that R in the middle actually stands for his middle name, Ramon. Now this shoe doesn't come with any extra laces, just purple laces. Usually I would complain, I'm paying $250. Give me like an extra set. But because of the straps along this shoe, it's pain to change the laces out. So purple laces, that works fine. Would have been kind of cool if they went with like fruity Pebbles as an extra set of laces. Just very colorful laces. That might have looked pretty unique, but just because I'm lazy, I'm not changing these laces out. That would be a big pain. Purple laces out of the box works well. Now the purple laces also comes with metal lace tips. The box of the shoe, very, very nice. White and purple box. Kind of glossy on parts of this pattern, as well as this swoosh. LeBron on the side. His signature on the side as well. And Fruity Pebbles branding. And this is also a pull-out box. Love it. Now in terms of size and comfort, I'm a size 9.5. I do have wide feet. For this shoe, I stick true to size, so 9.5 for this shoe as well. It is pretty snug initially, especially with that inner booty, as well as the straps that really lock your feet in, and then the straps on the top. That doesn't do as much, but it does give like an extra little bit of stability there. It is a very snug shoe initially, especially for wide footers, but because of the foam posit material, just take your time, break it in. It'll definitely mold around your feet, and it becomes super comfortable. And in terms of the cushioning, it does feel very comfortable. I don't know too many people that still play in these shoes, but I don't think it's like ideal setup for playing in. I feel like it's a little bit more cushioned than I would want it to, but overall for casual use, very, very, very comfortable shoe. Super snug, wraps around your feet very well. The one big thing that's a big drawback for a lot of people is this shoe. It is made for LeBron. It is very heavy. It is a brick. You hit someone with this, you might knock them out. This is a heavy, heavy shoe. But apart from that, as a wide footer, really one of the more comfortable. Just like the foam posits, when you break it in, when you give it some time, really, really nice. And that brings the total sole score of the LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles to 39 out of 50. Pretty good score compared to other collaborations. Now in terms of the colorway, like I said at the beginning of the video, just in a vacuum, I don't love it. I think it's very unique. I think it's very cool. It definitely draws a lot of attention, but if I was just to look at the colorway of the shoe compared to other colorways that I really like the Bread, Chicago, UNC's, yeah, it's good, but it's not great. It's a little bit too colorful, too much going on for me, so I don't love it, but I get the whole point of it. But if I'm just judging it on color by itself, don't love it. It's good, but just don't love it. In terms of the materials, foam posit material, one thing I don't love is the straps and this glossy patent leather that just ages way too quickly, but overall, really nice materials on the shoe. In terms of the comfort, give it time, break your feet in. Foam posit material are notorious for having a longer break-in time. It is a very heavy, heavy, heavy shoe, but for casual use, I find it super comfortable. Really just wraps around your feet, so if you're someone that likes more of a snug fit, I think you'll find these very nice to wear. Now in terms of the versatility, this is tough. Number one, the silhouette. It's obviously not made for casual use. Very athletic and basketball looking shoe. And number two, the colorway. You just gotta be a certain type of fashionable person to pull this off easily. I am not, so the versatility for this colorway, it's not there for me. It's just so loud, so bold. For me, this is more of like a collector's item. I would wear it, but not too often, not too much. It just draws too much attention. So objectively, unless you're playing ball in them, then people will probably recognize what the shoe is, but for casual use, objectively, it's just not the best. And in terms of storytelling, I love the box. I love the way it's presented. When you pull this shoe out, you just clearly know the theme of the shoe, from this part obviously, to the ankle collar, to the branded insoles, to the outsoles. The storytelling on the shoe, just really, really well done. I think we're officially in a generation where most of the kids growing up nowadays, they don't have the same nostalgia towards a shoe like this. But for people around my age, around my generation, you definitely remember when this shoe was first seen. I do think the LeBron 4 silhouette is super nice. I don't think this shoe is as nice as the LeBron 4 Graffiti. That is just my favorite LeBron shoe ever. But it's up there. The nostalgia kicks in. You remember what you were doing back in 2006, a special time of life where you had no responsibilities, you could still be a stupid teenager, and yeah, just very fond memories. So that's it. Thanks for watching, Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the LeBron 4 Fruity Pebbles. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.